Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Hispanics causing panic. I'm glad to be here.
Hispanics are causing panic, baby. Let's do it.
Orale raza. gfunkyboxing of HCP. Hashtag HCP. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and leave a comment. And if you feel you need to leave a comment, I'm just sharing this video real quick, and then we'll get started, man. Thanks to you guys who were waiting. I know there's a couple of you guys there that are waiting right now. I appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I would greatly appreciate that. Man. What a tough one. This was a tough one for me, guys. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen my the short video I made last night about this fight. And man, I really did need some time to recover from that one, you know. I'm not gonna be here that long, as long as I want you. I'm watching my daughter right now at the same time that I'm doing this live for you guys. But I do want to come out here and look. As upset as I was last night about the outcome of the fight, you know, as the night went on and got a little bit later, I said to myself, I said, you know what, man, you're not doing the right thing. You should be giving more credit to Josh Taylor and celebrating his feat on becoming undisputed at 140 pounds. You know, you guys know I'm big on undisputed. That's my thing, you know. And we got that last night. You know, it was a pretty good fight, you know. And Taylor, congratulations, man. He deserves all the credit in the world. He did something that I didn't think he could do. Not only that, he went into a hostile environment and got the job done. So I mean, this is a tremendous accomplishment and big time win for Josh Taylor, you know. You guys know I don't make pound for pound lists, but he should be on everybody's pound for pound list for this, you know. I tend to give guys more credit that collect all the belts in the division more than guys that just jump around and just snag one belt, you know, when they feel like they can. You know, I feel like most of the time the guys that do that, they you know, being that there's 4 world titles now in the divisions, you could just look at whoever is the weakest opponent, you know, and just go after that guy and say, yeah, look, I want a belt here, I want a belt there, I want a belt right there. Like, this guy cleaned up all the belts in his division and beat some really good fighters along the way. And he deserves credit for that, you know. To me, that's a bigger and better accomplishment than these guys that just jump from weight to weight. Like I said, picking and choosing the guys that they want to get, you know. That's the way I look at it, man. Not only that, another reason why I put Undisputed so high is because, to me, it like I said, it helps clear things up. So now, you know, let's just say a casual came across this fight or something. Now we could say, hey, look, there's no confusion in this division. We know who the real champion is without a doubt, hands down, and that's Josh Taylor. He's got all the belts, you know. I would always have casuals complaining to me about, like, why is there so many belts? Like, and this is one of the reasons why I don't get into boxing, because there's too many champions. We don't know who the real champion is, and these guys don't want to fight each other. But look, credit to both guys for making this fight happen, and very quickly, you know, once they both got their hands on 2 belts each. There was no back and forth. There was no bullshit in making this fight happen. These guys wanted to make this fight happen because they both wanted to be undisputed champions at this weight class. They got it done. And at the end of the day, Josh Taylor is the guy that got his hand raised and is the undisputed champion at 140 pounds. Congratulations to him, man. It's tough though, man. You know, it's tough to to swallow this one. And this is one reason why I stopped picking fights based off of not nationality in a way, but you know, I did used to do that when I was younger. And believe me, man, I got a lot of fights wrong just doing that. And when I started my YouTube channel back in 2011, I said to myself, I'm not going to pick with my heart anymore. I'm going to use my brain, break down both fighters and go from there, you know? And you know, I did do that in this fight. You know, I did feel like Jose could beat him. You know, I really did believe that. I was rooting for him absolutely because not just because he was, you know, a Chicano like myself, but because of what he does outside the ring, you know, and I've already mentioned this quite a few times. So I'm not going to go over that again, you know. Let me say what's up to these guys here, man. I'm not trying to ignore you guys, trust me. I just want to get this stuff off my chest. JC's in the house. Larry Merchant says, I thought Taylor won it easier than the judges gave him credit for. Boxing Learners here says exactly. Credit to Taylor. I didn't score the fight, man. You know, and I chose not to because I just wanted to enjoy the fight. I don't want to sit there round by round and score the fight. I didn't even drink. You know, I didn't even drink a beer, nothing for this fight. You know, I was completely locked in because of what was on the line. Undisputed is, like I said, it's a big thing for me. So, but at the end of the fight, like I didn't think Jose won the fight. No, you know, just watching the fight and not scoring it. When it came to the decision, I was like, Taylor won. Like, there's no doubt about it. He won the fight, especially after the 2 knockdowns. Like, I mean, that's hard to come back from, you know, that's really hard to come back from. So once that final bell rang to end the 12th round and end the fight, I was thinking to myself, Taylor won. And if they give it to Ramirez, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to say Taylor was robbed, you know. I was gonna say that. I wasn't gonna be a fanboy. Like, see, there's a difference between being a fan of somebody. Like I said, I have no problem telling you guys I'm a fan of Jose because of his background. But I'm not gonna be one of these guys that comes on here and tries. Like, I see people trying to blame Kenny Bayless for you know, doing a bad. Like, look, man. Here's the thing I want to say about the things that were happening on the inside. Was Taylor doing some dirty tactics in there? Of course he was. You know? I felt like he was holding a lot in this fight. And Ramirez let that frustrate him, you know? You guys know I'm not, no, this is not, again, this is me being consistent now. I couldn't stand the way that Klitschko fought. You know, he would constantly grab guys, constantly lean on their back to try to zap their strength and their energy down the stretch. Taylor was doing that a lot, you know, and I'm just not a big fan of that. You know, I don't like the holding and the clinching all the time. So what Taylor was doing was he was frustrating Ramirez, and then, you know, Ramirez to hit, and this is his own fault. He's looking to the referee to take care of it, when, you know, you shouldn't do that. Like, if I was in Ramirez's situation and a guy's holding me a lot, you know, the way that Taylor was, I'm going to take care of that myself. Like, if the referee doesn't do something about it after 2-3 rounds, especially if I'm telling him, like, look, man, this motherfucker's holding me, man. Like, tell him to stop holding. Tell him to fight. You know, holding is against the rules. If the again, it's up to the referee to decide to take a point or to do something. But it gets to a point where, you know what? it's your job now as the fighter to say, you know what? He's not going to do nothing about it. Now I have to do something about it. Like Ramirez needed to do a better job of not allowing Taylor to wrap him up like that. There are things you can do in the ring. So that's 100% his fault at that point. I'm not going to blame the referee for that. I'm just not. Ramirez could have forced him to fight in there when he didn't want to fight, when he was holding, push him off. Like, don't allow him to do that. He didn't do it. And that was his mistake. And that second knockdown, I see people putting videos on Twitter. They're like, look, Bayless swiped his hand away, and that's why Jose put his guard down. Again, relying on the referee to do something. Like that's his fault, man. I'm not going to take any credit away. I'm not going to take any credit away from Josh Taylor. No, I'm not going to do that. That's not going to happen here. See a few other people popped in. Intangible Boxing News had it 116, 110, 115, 111, but you have to give Ramirez a lot of swing rounds. Yeah, man, he won the fight. Like I said, I didn't score the fight, man. I was just enjoying it as a fan. Hey, A-Rod says, Saludos, Raza. Puerto Rican Rum is here. What's up? Mad Chad Boxing says, congrats to Josh. Yeah, he proved me wrong, too. The main issue, I think, was Bayless. I think Taylor, knowing he couldn't really wrap up inside and was simultaneous and work simultaneously, he would just clinch and let his outside game score. Yeah. Was there some dirty tactics? Yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's up to the referee to do something. And if the referee doesn't do something, then the fighter has to do something about it. Like, I'm not gonna give Ramirez a pass. He should have done something. I mean, as long as it's not something that's going to take away too much from the title. Like I said, I want to give Taylor his due. He's undisputed, but you can go ahead and ask a question if you want, man. But again, this is me coming from a competitive mindset, If I feel like a guy is doing something dirty to me in there and the referee's not doing anything, then it's time for me myself as the fighter to take care of it if the referee's not going to do it. I feel like Ramirez was just trying to be too much of a nice, clean guy in there when you needed to show some fucking nasty in there, Like, I don't know how many of you guys are fans of the NBA, but I remember a few years back, the San Antonio Spurs, when they were doing their thing, winning championships, they were out there playing soft one game, and Popovich called a timeout. And I remember they went in there and they pulled some audio when he was talking with his players on the sidelines, and he said, "Look, I need to see some nasty out here. Let's get rough. Let's get physical with these guys. You guys are playing soft." That's what Ramirez was doing in there, being soft. Like, I remember it wasn't the knockdowns that made me think that Taylor pretty much had the fight won. There was a point in the fight, I can't remember the round, but there was a point in the fight where Ramirez had an opportunity to lay on Taylor's back while he was bent over. And instead of doing that, instead of returning the favor, he just stood there. Taylor's defense is like he could have easily punched him in the ribs, could have hit him with an uppercut. Taylor's literally bent over at the waist, and Ramirez just puts his hands out, stops, and lets the referee say break. Like, that's when I knew. I was like, all right, he's just, this is a fight, man. If the motherfucker's doing dirty shit, you got to do it back. So I'm not gonna give Ramirez a pass, man. He needs to get fucking nasty in there, okay? That's what he needs to do. I'm sorry, he just does. Ramirez struggles in clinches. That's the reason I'm critical of Ramirez stylistically. He struggled to work behind mid-range versus Postal because Postal was smoother than... Look, I feel like he performed much better against Postal, in my opinion. Much better. His jab, he abandoned the jab. Like, I noticed he was popping the shit out of Taylor with the jab, but he just, it was frustrating. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. I appreciate you being here. What's going on, man? What's this? Just briefly, do you think Zurdo Ramirez can become champ at 75 again versus the current guys. I'm a fan, but that guy doesn't seem. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you, D-Lo. Hey, what's going on, Joe Lopez? Ramirez, too much a gentleman. Taylor box plus. Yep, he did. He did, man. He did. Taylor deserves his moment. I think it's a great position to grow as a star in the sport. Yeah. I agree with you here too, man. He's got to get he's got to get that mentality out of his head, man. You know, fight this motherfucker. You know, if he's doing dirty tactics, bending the rules, and the referee's not going to do a damn thing about it, then it's your fucking responsibility to take care of it at that point. There's no excuse to why you can't do the same thing back to him. But credit to Taylor. Good game plan to frustrate Ramirez on the inside. Mix some boxing in there at the same time. And he got the job done, man. All the credit in the world to Josh Taylor. And here's the thing, man. I want to say this before I wrap it up. Like I said, guys, I don't have a lot of time because I have my daughter right here. Well, my wife's not here doing double duty. So, but, we'll have more opportunities to talk about this throughout the week. We're going to be live doing the podcast on Tuesday, Wednesday here on my channel. So we'll have plenty more opportunities to talk about this fight. But I was devastated, that Ramirez couldn't get the job done, man. I was really sick about it last night, really sick. Gutted, like, all the terms you could find. Man, this is a tough one, man, for me because I don't know if a lot of you guys seen that interview that we did with Gabriel Flores from Stockton, which is not far from where I live. I live in Sacramento. Stockton is about a 40-minute drive, if that. Probably a little less than that. But, myself, as long with Black and Brown, who was on that panel with us, we asked him, like, to say to the fans, like, how difficult it is to make it out of this region, out of Northern California. It's extremely difficult, man. Extremely difficult to make it out of here. Ramirez is from, he represents Fresno, which is like more central California, but it's still kind of considered the same. We're just a couple hours from here. And it's just one of those things again where people are like, see, those guys can't get the job done, I had close to the same feeling when Villa lost to Navarrete, I really felt like that guy had the skills to beat Navarrete, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. What's going on, D-Style? What's up, bro? Hope you're feeling all right. I know it's a tough one for us, man. At the end of the day, the better guy won with the getter. Yep. 2 plates of crow behind Josh. Yeah. It was very disappointing. Very disappointing. Yep, no adjustments. Just looking for the referee to bail him out. Like, that was really pissing me off when I was watching the fight, Yeah, congratulations to him, man. He deserves all the credit. I mean, here's the thing, bro. I'm going to get into this real quickly about that. Now, people that live in California understand that there's a separation between the Chicanos here in California. There's the Northern California Chicanos, the Southern California Chicanos. They don't get along. Not all of them, but a majority, It's a rivalry, but sometimes it goes beyond that. And the thing is this, man, like, I have family all over the state, and some that live outside of the state due to, you know, my family's journeys in the early part of the last century, looking for work and things like that. And like I said, picking fruit and produce in the field for people. You know, this is during the time of the Great Depression that they were doing this. So the reason why a lot of us Chicanos here in Northern California don't really get into sports as much, you know, growing up as kids and as teenagers, because from that struggle back during the time of the Great Depression, you know, we get this thing written in our head from our parents and our grandparents that, you know, we have to work to make money. Like sports, that's just for playing, you know, like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the mentality that we're taught as a young as young people. Like work, goddamn it, like sports is that you're not gonna make it, you know. Basically, this is what we would hear from a lot of, you know, get your ass to work. You know, I was told that, you know, and I did play sports all through high school. Like I have a passion for sports. Obviously, I'm here talking about boxing with you guys every week because I love the sport. But like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I did hear a lot of negative talk from family members because of that same reason, you know? Like, stop fooling around with this stuff, you know? Work first. You know, we have that work first mentality. And, you know, the Chicanos down in the Southern California, you know, they have a lot more opportunities than we do to excel in athletics, you know? A lot of fighters from our region here in Northern California, they go down to Southern California to get the training in, to be at the gyms there, to get the sparring in, because there's just, you know, more opportunities, you know. The last time a fighter from my city did anything big was Diego Corrales, you know, and he, you know, he passed away quite a few years back, but he was the last one to do it. From the area, the Northern California region, we had Andre Ward. You know, he's from Oakland, from the Bay Area, and you know, it's just, you know, we have to wait several years in between to have something happen like that. You know, I'm hoping Villa and Ramirez bounce back. You know, I have a lot of high hopes for my boy Xavier Martinez, who trains with Diego Corrales' dad, his stepdad, here in Sacramento. Gabe Flores from Stockton. You know, I'm going to support these guys, and I want nothing but the best for them because we're the underdogs, man, in this thing. And our people that are in the fields working, that Jose was representing. Like I said, my family comes from there. I was involved in a lot of movements, a lot of protests, things like that, you know, for farm workers. So like I said, my heart was in this thing. We're the underdogs. They're the underdogs too. You know? You know, my family, like I said, I have a lot of family in Southern California, and they would talk that way to us. You know, they would look down on us like we're second class. You know, you guys are just a bunch of dumb farmers up north, you know? I just wanted Taylor to prove to everybody. I mean, I'm sorry, not Taylor, but Ramirez to prove to everybody that, you know, we can do these things too. You know? We can. And he was a unified champion, man. He had the WBC and the WBO. Had an opportunity to become the first Chicano to collect all 4 belts, and he just came up short, man, to the better fighter, to Josh Taylor. And that's why I said, man, I was just gutted after the fight last night, man, because of that. I was hoping that he could get the job done, man, so I could say, look, I could, you know, say, yes, you know, si se puede is what we would say. And it feels like, yes, we can. Yes, we can get the job done up here. We can. And we proved it. But he just came up short, man. And it sucks for me, but I don't want to take away from Josh Taylor's accomplishments either, man, because he deserves a lot of credit for becoming an undisputed champion. That's a rare thing that we have nowadays in boxing. It's a rare thing, you know? Yeah, I mean, I had the same thing in my family too. They would tell me that stick to school or, get a job. This way you can support your family and leave sports alone because it's a long shot. You're never going to make it. Like that's just the mentality that we're taught up here. Yep, my family too, man. All through Califas, man. All throughout the West Coast. I mean, I'm talking Colorado, Arizona, Utah, Wyoming. Then they finally made it here to California. All over, man. And that's who Jose was representing. That's who he's going to continue to represent. And like I said, man, I'm going to continue to support him no matter what. I know he lost, but you know what? Taking a loss, it's not the end of the world, all right? I'm not one of these weird Floyd Mayweather fans that think that if you take a loss, that's it. Like that's I don't think that way. I don't think that way. It is dumb, JC. I agree, man. And I appreciate that. And I got love for my people down there too, man. Like I don't look at it that way, but unfortunately a lot of us don't, man. Yeah, man. That's just I don't understand that mentality, man. He's got to do something about that on his own. Don't rely on the referee to fucking take care of you in the ring. Like take care of it on your own, man. You know? But he definitely has to learn from this. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Unfortunately, that's the thing, man. We're all taught to just work our ass off. And look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a hard worker. Like, look, I've worked very hard to get in the position that I'm at in life. I know sometimes you guys make little jokes about like like when I went outside and did the pool, when I was outside in the pool doing the video and stuff like that. Like I said, man, I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. Like I said, I work my fucking ass off to get where I'm at. And I mean hard work. So I'm gonna enjoy it for sure. Like we're not guaranteed to be on this planet forever. So I'm gonna enjoy some of these things while I can. Um, but it did take hard work to get there, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like there is definitely something wrong with killing dreams of kids, young kids who want to be, who are good in athletics and want to be involved in athletics, and try to make that a profession. You know what I'm saying? Like it helped keep me out of trouble. Like I had a rough time growing up, man. And like I said, I'm an underdog as well. Like I had to come from behind to get where I'm at. I didn't do things the conventional way. Like I'm not a college grad. I didn't go to college. I just finished high school and that was it. I went to work right away. And I'm going to encourage my kids to follow their dreams. Like I'm not going to be like I said, like my older Theos and Theas, like, what are you out here practicing this for? Like, you're not going to be any good. So like same thing with my music, like I had quite a few musicians in my family as well. They were the only ones that supported me learning an instrument, like the rest of them, like, you're fooling around, wasting your time, like, thanks, man. Yeah. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It's a good fight, man. That's for sure. It's a good fight. I don't like to make predictions on fights that aren't official. Could that fight happen? Possibly. If Taylor stays at 140, very possible. Hey, like I said, I work my ass off to get these things and I'm going to enjoy them, but thank you. I appreciate that compliment for sure. All right. No sweat. Hey, how you doing? um Yep. And my family was a big part of They started the that political chapter here in my hometown. My grandfather and his brothers, La Raza Hundida, here in Sacramento. So, like I said, man, I was very close to this situation that Ramirez is in. So, it was tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, man, I woke up this morning and I almost felt like I was hungover, and I didn't have one drop of alcohol last night. Not one drop. But I had that hangover feeling. And then I said to myself, after a few minutes, of being awake, have some cafecito. I said to myself, I said, you know what? Look, man, you've had enough time to deal with it. Now get over it and give Josh Taylor his fucking credit, you know? And that's what I'm doing. And I also want to give credit to all you guys out there that picked Taylor to win. Credit to you guys, You guys were right and I was wrong. Major Key Boxing was one of them. My big sister in the ring with Christine, who was actually at the fights, she was there, and I seen her on TV. Yeah, they showed up. They had a quick camera shot of Mo Hooker, and she was right there, And shout out to her. She was rolling with Josh Taylor from the beginning. Yep, he came in to hostile environments and did it, man. This is a big, big accomplishment for Josh Taylor, I saw the documentary about the Chicano civil rights movement also with Cesar Chavez. Yep. My family was involved with that dude, man, back in the 60s and the 70s, because that's where we come from, man. We come from the fields. We're all campesinos, Yes, I'm hoping he will, man. I'm definitely hoping that he will bounce back. God, tough though. Tough one to swallow, but I'm hoping that Canelo can secure that plant fight so that we can get another undisputed bout this year. We have one already lined up in July with Charlo and Castano, which I think is a really good fight as well. I know that a lot of people think Charlo's just going to walk over him, but I don't think so. I think that's going to be a really good fight, I really do. But it's for undisputed, man. That's big. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the undisputed at heavyweight because of Block Squad, It's not Bomb Squad, it's Block Squad now, That was disappointing because I just don't think he can beat Fury, man. And I think everyone knows it except for Wilder's crazy fans, And you know what? That's fine. If they want to root for him, hey, man, all power to you guys, but I just don't think I don't think he can beat Fury at this point. To me, Fury has already, he arguably beat him in the first fight. A lot of people feel he won that first fight. Then he destroyed him in that second fight. I don't see what Wilder can do at this point to beat him. I really don't. But hopefully, the winner of that, whether it's Wilder or Fury, can get Anthony Joshua and we get undisputed at heavyweight. That'd be nice, But I want to thank all you ladies and gentlemen that tuned in to this one. Like I said, man, I don't have a lot of time right now because I got my daughter sitting next to me. She requires a lot of my attention, She's daddy's little girl, so she's got me wrapped around her finger, I'm not going to lie. But like I said, after having that sick hangover type feeling after this performance, after this loss yesterday, I had to just pull myself together and say, you know what? Give Taylor his credit, man. Stop feeling like this. Give him his credit because it's a tremendous accomplishment and he deserves everything that he gets for doing what he did last night. Shout out to Josh Taylor, man. And I hope that my boy Ramirez can bounce back from this and become a better fighter and, become a world champion again. Taylor used egg weights. Yeah, see, I'm not going to do that, man. Like, that's what fanboys do. That's the type of shit fanboys do, like, and I'm not going to do that. There's a difference between being a fan of a fighter and then being a fanboy. Fanboys will come up with excuses as to why their guy lost. Me, I'm not going to do that, man. I'm just going to give Taylor his credit because he deserves it. So, again, thank you guys for joining me. If you haven't hit my like button already, please do that. It's for free. It helps the channel out, And if you come across this thing, you're new, subscribe, hit my like button as well, and hit the notification bell. This way you know every time I go live. But I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Don't forget, Monday, Leave It in the Ring will be live. So make sure if you're not subscribed to Leave It in the Ring, you go there. D-Style Boxing on Tuesday. We'll have Hispanics Causing Panic, the podcast. The roundtable will be moved this week, though, guys. The roundtable will be on Wednesday, I believe. Might move some things around. And then I'll be live here for Uncensored Thursday or Friday. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I was thinking about moving it to Friday, but we'll see, man. But I'll definitely be live again this week, and we'll be talking more about this and also be talking about Devin Haney's big step up against Linares this Saturday. So, again, thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm going to wrap this thing up. And you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out.